got to say more involved in it. Orientation is where you want to get the student because by the time you get them on UB 101, you'll probably be 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks in the semester, and you're gonna lose a whole semester. So this time we make a new approach in the orientation. But I don't think we should take away the clubs talking to the freshmen because at the end of the day, that's where the membership comes from. We want to make sure that our clubs get members because some of the clubs at the end we could say, oh yes, we're going to create a paper that our clubs are going to be able to pick up the events. But come on, is that going to really target every student in the university? It's not. It's impossible. It's impossible. The best thing we could do is just put this in the insert in the spectrum, and it still won't target all the students in the school. So we've got to make sure that we give them the orientation that they need and the freshmen, because that is when we're going to see the majority of the freshmen. And if we continually do it during freshman orientation, there will be all the students will know about it. But by saying that we're going to put it on paper, they won't see it.
Regarding your position, should you be elected, do you feel prepared to take on your role?
Yes. I've had more time in the SA than any person I'm running, and really than any person running in this election, and more than any other person in the SA except for maybe Chris Knoll. What I've seen 4 separate administrations rise. I've seen 4 separate administrations rise and fall. I know what works and what doesn't. I know what I've seen essays giant successes like last year's Springfest, and I've seen essays objective failures like the Corporate Relations Board and the event planners. I know what works and what doesn't, and of course I'm prepared. I'm the only one coming into this with over 3 years of experience in the SA.
I would say yes, I am prepared, and all of my candidates are prepared as well. I would have to disagree with Travis in the fact that he says he's the only candidate that's been involved for the past 3 years. Because correct me if I'm mistaken, me and Travis came in as freshmen together, and I've been involved in SA since September when I arrived into this campus. Involved in the assembly, involved in different clubs. So I would say I've been prepared. I've worked in the Senate for 2 years where I've seen different clubs. And as the SA Vice President, that's what you want to make sure. You want to make sure that your Vice President knows what it takes for a temp club to become a recognized club, and that he has a plan on how to get them recognized. That is the key to our Vice President. And I know the different council. I've not just been on the POC. I've been in POC, I've been in clubs in SISH, I've been in clubs in International. So I know 3 different clubs. Yes, you looked at me, I've been in mock trial my freshman year. I've been part of LASA, and I've been also in Bible Talk, which is in SISH, and I've been part of Prodel in my POC. So it shows that I've been in different council.
All right, I'll let you guys fight it out over the essay contest, because I haven't been there. But what does qualify me is I have a proven record of results in the clubs that I am involved in. Even more than that is I've seen things from a different perspective. You guys have seen things from the club perspective, and that's great. You know the people and you know how your club works. Congratulations, but I've worked at Subboard. I know specific ways that we can get funds from Subboard that they fundraise to the clubs faster. I can name specific ways of doing that. One of the easiest ways, SA has fundraising requirements for each of the clubs. Incorporate, but that's not included into the budget. I've worked with Subboard, I've talked to these guys, we can incorporate fundraised ways. We can incorporate that fundraising into the club budgets. By that I mean, introduce it at the beginning of the semester. And then that way, when clubs like Singapore SA that hold a huge bowling night that is very successful, they don't sit bankrupt for the rest of the semester. That's terrible.
This is going to be the last question, then we'll take a little bit of a break.
Is there any way I can respond to that?
No. It wasn't the right in your closing.
I'm good.
Wait, the SAE board makes below minimum wage for the time that they're expected to put in. The job can be stressful and underappreciated. Why do you want the job?
Honestly,
Well, I've worked in in the clubs for about 2 years before getting elected, before I was a member. Club members work just as hard as the SA staff. We don't get paid for it. A stipend is not, this is not the reason why we do it. We do it because we believe that we can benefit the students. So to be honest, it's not about the money. If it was about the money, none of us would be running here. There is never gonna be enough pay to work for SA, so it doesn't matter to me. The stipend honestly does not matter to me. When I elected as senator, you can look into it. It took me a month to even do my paperwork for my stipend. That wasn't the reason why I wanted to be the Senate chair. It wasn't about the payment. It's about you knowing that you could represent the majority of the student and you could get them what they want, what they have asked you to, what you promised when you're in the floor, what you put in your platform, that it's not just empty promises. And at the end of the day, working with one of the largest student associations with the largest student association is great. It's great that you know that you could help the 19,000 students that pay the mandatory student fee, and that you could show them what is it that we could do for them. And you could try to get their service and make sure that the service are heard. Then you do a survey and then it's shoved down to the bottom. Because the services are available for every student to do, for all 19 students to do it, but the result are never shown. It's something we show the result, and then we show the student that we do it because we want to do it. And that's the reason why people do it, because of the passion that we have for the organization.
I'm just gonna say, I've never had a really successful job or anything like that. Internship, anything that's been near. If I was elected to MVP and an MVP party got in and I got the presidency, that would be the highest paying job that I would ever got. Less than minimum wage, but still the most money that I've ever seen. How is that gonna change us? Not change us, but that's gonna motivate us. Not because we're getting a paycheck at the end of the week, but because that's keeping us in check. Because we know that money comes straight from the student pockets. They don't have to be paying it. They vote on it. They vote because they want to pay us, to hold us accountable, to do our jobs. And our jobs is to objectively look at everything, to give every student, not just club members, a fair shake, because that's what they're paying us for. So if anything, it's gonna hold us accountable. And if you just ignore the money and pretend it's not there, then there's no accountability in SA. And that can't happen either.
Well, when it comes to the issue of executive board pay, when you find out that they can award themselves multi-$1,000 bonuses, it may be under minimum wage, but it's still too high. SAs, the executive board still pays themselves far too much, and right now I'm the only candidate that has come out against. Executive board bonuses. I'm the only candidate who gave up his job to run. And that should really illustrate how, for me, it isn't about the money, how my focus isn't on making money for myself. The truth is that I chose to run, and my motivation is now and always will be to fix the crisis of confidence that students have in the SA. Students don't trust the SA, and for very good reason. That's why I'm going to get up in the morning, not for a check I get from Subboard every 2 weeks.